Hello, my name is John Nagoski. I have been an English teacher for 20 years. I'd like to introduce you to my channel, English with Subtitles. This is Namaqualand, as read by John Nagoski. In Southwest Africa, only the strongest and most resourceful can survive here. Life is anything but easy in such a parched land. Only 6 inches of rain fall here each year. But when the rain does fall, its effect is miraculous. Flowers in every color of the rainbow unfold to greet the sun. A billion glorious blooms spread out across the sands to turn this dry and dusty desert into the greatest natural garden on earth. Springtime and the desert garden is in full bloom where it meets the sea along the coast of South Africa, and it seems to cover almost every square inch of land. Even the stones themselves seem to come alive. The Atlantic Ocean marks the western edge of Namaqualand. From here, this ancient desert stretches inland over sand dunes and great plains for hundreds of miles, until it reaches this mountainous escarpment. You might call it the Garden Wall. Within its boundaries, great splashes of color have transformed the desert plains into fields of flowers. There's enough variety here to make any botanist drool. In fact, there are over 3,000 different species of flower in Namaqualand, and more than half of them occur nowhere else on Earth. But how does a desert support such an incredible diversity of life? Not just of plants, but of animals too. Among ostriches, it's not mom but dad who looks after the nest. And this proud father has timed his family perfectly to coincide with the full flushes of spring. But however cute these chicks are, they're not the most endearing inhabitants of the desert garden. That title falls to the meerkats. These captivating animals are constantly on the lookout for predators. But this time, they got nothing to fear. The Nama people have been peacefully grazing their livestock here for centuries. But by far the most important residents in Namaqualand are the smallest insects that play a vital role in pollinating these desert blooms. Over thousands of years, plants have evolved all sorts of ways to try to attract the interest of a passing pollinator, giving Namaqualand a floral variety unmatched anywhere else on Earth. Some plants even use deception. The petals of the beetle daisy mimic the colors of a real beetle to try to entice pollinators hungry not for nectar, but for love. These goldthorn flowers offer a different bribe. Inside the flower are thousands of tiny but highly nutritious droplets of oil. And to get to them, this bee has evolved into long front legs, which can gather the oil from the flower's long horns while pollen rubs off on the bee's body. It's a remarkable relationship which has formed over thousands of generations. The long, slender flowers of these Laperusia have helped arrows directing hungry insects to a deep well of nectar within. Once again, specialist equipment is required. This time, a very, very long tongue. The flower reaps its reward when the fly collects a faceful of pollen and carries its genes to pollinate another flower. And with a pollinator specialized to this one, the plant can be certain that its pollen will be carried to another flower of the same species.